UniVerge Blue Monitor's Events page provides admins with the ability to examine automatically captured event recordings that are triggered either by motion or audio detection. The event's display can be filtered by camera, type of detection, and/or a user-specified date and time range. On playing an event, all of the features seen when playing live recordings are available, including the ability to go forward or backward in time, starting at the event time. Video clips can also be created, specifying the number of seconds to include both before and after an event timestamp. These user-generated video clips are stored for later access on the Archive tab, but can also be downloaded for sharing with others. In order to capture events, one or more monitor-compatible cameras must be connected to your network, subscribed and actively recording, using either a microphone for audio event detection or configured for motion event detection. On logging into the dashboard and seeing the Cameras tab, you may recall from a prior lesson that we can select a function for a specific camera that will take us to the events that have been recorded for that one camera. Here we are instead going directly to the Events tab, where events are displayed for all cameras, sorted by date and time. For each event, you can see the type of event that was recorded as triggered by motion detection, audio detection, and in a future release, specialized AI detection, and a timestamp with the date separators at the top. You can also select a specific camera after coming to the Events tab. In this case, I've selected PM Servers. Note that all of the events currently displayed are for that one camera. Pressing F5 resets the Events tab to go back to the default display of all cameras sorted by date and time descending. Again, I'm coming in to select events for a specific camera. Note the type of event and the timestamp. On clicking the play button, we're brought to an interface that is identical to that seen when doing playback of live recordings. Note at the top is a static timestamp where the current playback timestamp is incrementing dynamically at the bottom. On first coming into a recorded event, you might want to back up a few seconds. I'm able to see the person of interest for which this event was recorded. Noting that timestamp there, 12/19/42, which is 10 seconds prior to the event timestamp, I can click on that symbol to create a clip and save it. It defaults to the date and time of the event, but I can adjust the event limit settings for starting 15 seconds prior to the static timestamp through to 15 seconds following the timestamp. And by navigating to the Archive tab, I can now see all archived recordings. Playing that clip, we see that it started 15 seconds before the person of interest triggered the motion detection through to 15 seconds after. On clicking the three-dot ellipse, if you're not able to see the functions that pop up, it's because your browser is currently not displaying the page with 100% scaling. Use your Control plus key to access those functions. Here I have saved the clip to the default Windows download folder that is defined for my machine. The other option is to invoke a picture-in-picture function. This creates a free-floating screen that cannot be resized. You can close the free-floating picture-in-picture by clicking on that X. And in my case, I'm going back to an 80% scaling. Going back to the Events tab from the Archive tab, pressing F5 again will reset the Events tab to display all currently recorded events. Another function available is a filter. We can disable or enable event types of motion or audio or both. Here I'm selecting a filter for showing me only events that occurred today, and I can also set a time range here from 10 a.m. through till 2 p.m. today, even though that time of day, that end date, has not yet occurred. Clicking apply, I am now looking only at events for all cameras, both motion and audio events if I had such, but within that specified date and time range. I can also select a camera having applied that filter. Now we're only seeing events for that one camera, filtered for motion and audio events for the specified date and time range.